Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to day 27 of Vlogtober, aka first day of my vacation. Yay! I just got off of work an hour or so ago. Very happy. I worked on my squares during my lunch, so I only had like half a square to do tonight and then my ends. So all was well. I didn't, as far as like what I've done today, I worked obviously, and it was like a rough last day. I get so irritated because like the day shift people, I don't know how many times I have heard like somebody that gets to work during the afternoon and the mornings and stuff be like, well, I start my vacation tomorrow, so you know, I'm gonna leave early. We don't get to do that. So I'm always like, almost like instantly grumpy my last day because I'm just like, I just want to get done and leave. I just want to get done and leave. Like, I've noticed it's not just me. It's like anybody who works the night shift. So I don't feel as bad, but I think it's because all of us are like, I can never just take off a few hours early or whatever and just be like, well, I'm just going to end my day now. It must be nice. But that is the life we've chosen to live, I suppose. So that's what we work with. But yeah. So needless to say, we were trying to hurry up. I mean, everybody wants to hurry up and, you know, finish everything anyway and get done. So we did our best. But yeah, so I was working on my squares tonight at work, and I was highly annoyed with myself because I took my vacation time, and you know how I said I technically started it Tuesday so I could have off my 2 days, Sunday, Monday, and then start my vacation Tuesday. Well, then I'm ending my vacation after my next set of days off because, okay, then my vacation would run Tuesday and end, like after a week, it would end Monday. Tuesday would start the next week, sort of. Tuesday, I should have ran it Wednesday through Tuesday because there's a reason for my madness, working an extra day before my vacation. The Tuesday I come back is the 5th, which is election day, which I know I don't talk a lot about my voting preferences and all that kind of stuff here because my grandma always taught me, do not talk about politics, do not talk about religion, which I kind of fail considering my channel name is The Crochet Witch. But I still don't do a huge amount of, like, we don't get into a lot of religious talk and things like that on this channel. You guys know that. I accept everybody's, you know, religion. I hope that you guys accept mine, and not, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? So, religion, politics, and what was the third one? Sorry, Grandma. I'm tired. I know there's a third one though that was like a big no. Oh, money. How much money you make. My grandma kind of, she's like, just don't talk about it. And for the most part I don't. Like, I mean, I'm down with telling people when I don't have enough money for stuff, which is often, but you know, I just don't, especially around the workplace, like I don't talk about, well, I make this much, how much do you make? I get so annoyed when people do that. Not because of jealousy, like I think they make more than me or anything like that. In fact, it's most likely the opposite since I've been there that long and all, but I just don't, I think it can cause animosity, etc., etc. So it's a good policy. Like, I think my grandma had good policies, and I'm sure she got it from somewhere else and thought it sounded good too, you know, but I feel like those are 3 topics to kind of stray away from, and I don't know. I think she's right. I mean, unless it's in a, if you're in a place where you're there to talk about things like that, then that's great. If this were a political channel or a religious channel or, whatever, fine. But, it's not. So we already stretched the boundaries, or whatever you want to call it, with it being like a yarn channel and me talking so much about all the Stranger Things and nerdy things and everything. I'm definitely not going to like delve off into like way other topics way off the map and everything. But, yeah, anyway, I don't even know. Oh, but there's the but at the end of that. What I do or don't, no matter what I do or don't believe in and all that kind of stuff, I will say it's always a big day for me. Not so much celebration wise, regardless, but usually like after and I did this with like my ex-husband. I did this when I was on my own. I've done this with David. So I know it's more like a me thing that they just like go along with. But we'll go vote, and then after that I tend to be like glued to, like the TV or YouTube or like whatever is wherever I'm getting my updates and stuff. So like, but I want to be like right there, with who's winning what and what's going on. And I mean, sometimes there's that lull where it's like, well, we just don't know until like these 5 states close their pollings, and okay, there is a wait, but I don't know. I'm always like anxious to hear, I guess. And it's a big night. And for me to be stuck at work, it's like, oh, why did I do that? Why didn't I just take the next day? Why didn't I take the 5th off? Normally I do, and I wasn't even thinking about it. When I put my time in off for Halloween, I do that at the beginning of the year. And I wasn't even thinking about it being, an election year. So, oh well, I guess. But I just told, I already told my coworkers today, I said, don't be surprised when, we have a pretty strict rule about like no headphones out on the floor and everything like that during work hours. Like later in the evening is a different story, but like when most people have gone home and it's just more like the Last of Us there, that's a little bit different story. But I was like, I may very well pop in like one earbud or something and try to keep up with what's going on rather than being on my phone and reading a bunch of stuff. I feel like that's the better option. So I was like, don't be surprised. And everybody was already like, yeah, that's fine. Probably because I'll keep them updated on it too. I don't think any of us have, like I said, I don't really discuss my politics, even with my friends and stuff at work. I don't really discuss it, but I don't think any of us, I think most of us have similar political viewpoints is what I'm trying to say is. But, so we'll all probably be wanting to know, what's up. So we'll see. And no, it doesn't, it doesn't matter to me, like, who you're voting for, who, what, like I said, it's definitely not me opening up the floor to ask anything, because I really do not believe in discussing, it's fine. It is absolutely fine, whatever your political stance and all that good stuff. Yeah, so... But I'm annoyed with myself. I'll get over it. I won't make that mistake again in 4 years. I won't be at that place in 4 years. I really, really hope I will not be. I mean, I like to follow the election each year, but I mean, it's always the bigger, news, I guess, when it's the presidential year, right? So there's that. yeah, other than that, work went, I mean, aside from it being just a busy like night and us having like quite a bit of work to get done, it wasn't like a bad night. We got through it and then came home, and yeah, David thinks he's going to be starting, unless they change his schedule again, when he does go back to work, he's going to be starting on night shifts for a while. I'm thinking he said a week or two. I can't remember. So he's starting to like try to sleep a little bit later already. But I still didn't make it home in time for him to be awake. So I came home and he was already in bed. So I'm not quite sure what we're doing for tomorrow. If anything, like maybe we'll just both catch up on some sleep. That would be amazing. Sleep, and then I would like to crochet and maybe get a bit more stuff cleaned out. Maybe I'll start the cleaning up in this room again, since I had gotten part of it done. I'd like to get some more stuff done. That would be fantastic. I do a lot better, like I think I've said this before, I do a lot better like cleaning and stuff when David's not home, not because he doesn't like cause any problems or anything, but just because I don't really know why. I guess there's other stuff we could be doing, or I feel like I might be disturbing him. I don't really have a good reason why. I just tend to do that. So like maybe the last of my vacation, if nothing else, I'll get more cleaning done then, because he'll be back at work. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but I like to clean by myself. Yeah. I know we're throwing around the idea of going one last time to that the ice cream place in town. I think well, today as you're seeing this, Sunday, I think today is the very last day that ice cream place is going to be open. Like ever, not just for the season, but ever. So we were throwing around the idea of going there one last time ever. But if not, at least we did get to go this year. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see what tomorrow brings. So nothing else new to report really, which is, it's good that there's nothing bad. I've been playing some Warcraft. I'll probably go play some more Warcraft and crochet after this. And maybe like I said, maybe after some sleep, I'll be a little more inspired to give you guys some better content than just how has my day been. But I'm awfully glad and thankful for those of you who have stuck around just to listen to me talk about my day. I know I've said that before, but I really mean it. I know I didn't get a chance to really like plan out and do anything terribly exciting for this Vlogtober, but I do like hanging out with you every day. I love reading the messages of those of you guys who have, returned each day and made comments, even on the days that sometimes I don't give you a lot to comment back on or to comment on. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I just thought I would say that, even though Vlogtober's not over yet, but I thought I would say. And I think this coming weekend too, I need to take my squares that I've made and lay them out. Because what I would like to do is lay them out on my bed down here, because that's a queen size, and at least have them covering the top of it, because I figure that's probably about the size of like an actual, maybe full-size blanket. And see how far along this month of squares is going to get it. And then maybe start planning on making however many more I need to make it that size. Because I think ultimately, like, I want something big enough to, like, to snuggle into. Like, I don't want to just make like a throw size blanket. So we'll see where these squares get me. And I shall report back with that information too. But yes, other than that, I think we'll just show you the squares today and see if I can be more interesting the last of the month here. Squares that I have for you were inspired by what I think is my last location in here. That's family video, which I will put the picture up. I did find one, as you saw yesterday, from the actual Stranger Things version of family video, but that does look the same. It looks the same as the sign in my town and everything. We had like a big like billboard sign or whatever, marquee sign outside, that had like where they go take the little suction cup letters and, you know, put up with a stick. They had one of those and it said family video up above it and everything. So, but they also had the family video up on the actual store and it looked like that. And yeah, I really have always liked the green and orange, you know, color scheme anyway. So that is what I went with. So I did green with a little bit of the orange. And for me, like, it kind of had to be that way. Because like the sign itself is like a big vast canvas of green with just the little bit of orange in the family video wording. So I didn't switch colors or anything. I just made an identical one. But, you know, like some of them, that's what I felt the need to do. It's like really whatever calls me, you know. And this one I felt needed to be like, it wouldn't have looked right to me to do an orange family video. So yeah, that's what we got for family video. I was really excited. Like, I really love the colors. It's almost like a pumpkin also. I mean, I know a pumpkin would have been the orange, but still the colors are like pumpkin-y to me. So, you know, get your Halloween in here too, right? But we got family video. And we're getting down to the wire. What do we got? Just like 1, 2, what do we got? Like 4 left or something like that? Not that many. That used to be a pretty full cauldron at the beginning of the month here. Let me make sure. I think yesterday or the other day or whatever, when I had 2 of them by accident. Was it yesterday? It's because some of them, when I've been mixing them around, kind of folded in with each other. So try to make sure they get separated out a little bit. I'm trying to think. I know there's at least, what, 1 kid left? 2 kids left. There's 2 kids left for sure. There's at least 1 side character that I absolutely love. I can't remember who we haven't seen yet. Alright, let's go with this one. Oh, yes, I started to see it through the paper. This is Dart, which I will put a picture up of Dart. I love Dart so much. I even have one of my first Stranger Things amigurumis right here was Dart. I adore him. I think he's so sweet. Definitely in my fanfic, my character would have been right with Dustin, trying to take care of little baby slug Dart and make kind of like maybe make friends with him or try to take care of him anyway until, you know, they found out he was a cat-eating monster, interdimensional monster. And even then, you know, cat-eating interdimensional monsters need love too, you guys. So, but I think she would have had like a bond with him to some degree, like Dustin did. Just because, well, I had explained before how that one guy's video was talking about how they're a hive mind to some degree, but only because they were like deprived of like any kind of like loving or happy memories, right? And it's almost like a brainwashing thing with them. And once they had that introduced, so in the case of Dart, he was able to break free from that momentarily because he had those memories to dwell on. So like, I think if he had stayed with Dustin, or in my fanfic case, the 2 of them, he might have, maybe he would have made a better pet. I know that sounds crazy, but like if that theory is true, then he could have broken that stigma of, you know, the hive mind and having to be like the rest of them and having like just primal killing instincts, because obviously even just from that little time of interaction with Dustin and staying with him and stuff, he resisted, you know, just attacking the group and he went for his candy bar instead. And then even when the candy bar was done, he did not like go for Dustin or anything. You know, he held back. So I think the dude might be onto something. I'm just, you know, I'm kind of rambling a little, I know, especially if you guys haven't seen that video. I really need to find it. I couldn't find it last time, but I was working and I did not put in my whole heart into finding it again. I should try to find it because it's really interesting. I don't do his whole like theory justice the way that he did, but as he did like a deep dive with the whole thing. It's very interesting. I need to try to, if I can remember, I will hunt it down and link it for you guys. But yeah, so there's Dart, and then he's got the little yellow spot on his butt too, so that's how you know it's Dart. Yeah, so yay. He's gonna probably have some, well, let me not say green, because I always think of Dart as green, and then I feel like when I look at pictures of him, I'm like, oh, you know what? He's really not green. He's like brownish, if I'm remembering right. So maybe not, because I was going to say, here's some more green, but maybe not. This blanket is looking all sorts of, I mean, that's the point, but all sorts of scrappy. There's like so many different variety of colors going on here. Yay! I'm really excited to put, I know several of you guys said you can't wait to see what it ends up looking like, and I'm pretty excited too, actually. I'm hoping that, you know, the 60-some squares just on their own make a bigger blanket than I'm thinking in my head, because, you know, I can't estimate it and stuff anyway. Like, I'm terribly worried that 60-some squares are just going to be some small little blanket, but there's no way, right? It's going to come out looking, or it's going to come out like it'll be an okay size, I think. I might have to add to it, but maybe not a huge amount. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I think on that note, I should let you guys go. I should get working on this right here, and yeah, maybe get a head start on that whole, you know, sleep thing that I was talking about. We'll see. But I hope you guys are having a really great weekend, or have had a really great weekend, as it's going to be, Sunday by the time you see this. Yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.